Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I've just received this gorgeous book today, and I'd ordered it a while ago, and I don't know why it took about a week to get to me. I'm not quite sure why, but it came from Amazon, and then lo and behold, the wonderful Zucchini Kitty did a flip through and a beautiful colour along in it. So I'm going to flip through it for any of you that haven't seen it. We'll do a quick flip, and then we're going to do a colour along together. I'm really looking forward to it. So this beautiful book is Jim Shaw's Holiday Traditions colouring book. He is a folk art, it says at the bottom, just taking my jacket on, my cardi off and boiling, folk art illustrations for a heartwarming Christmas season. Super glossy cover, really good quality. This is the back. Now, if you've followed me and you know my channel, you know how I love to copy images and try and emulate them. Well, this book has that. I'll try and hold it so that you can see without the glare of my overhead light. So you get this super high quality glossy jacket that opens out with what am I trying to say? Coloured artwork of this amazing artist, Jim Shaw. So it tells you all about him. You can read all about him and his work. And then it is sewn bound, but the pages that you colour are perforated, so gives you some tips and tricks, blending. I'll zoom through that, and then you get into the gorgeous illustrations that he's done. I love this one, but I would want to change the colour palette. This is incredible. They're just beautiful pieces of, if I can tilt it like, I'm just going to lift it up like that for you. I know it's a bit off kilter, but it stops the glare off this beautiful glossy paper. Aren't they wonderful? Absolutely stunning images. And I think that there is an image for each colouring page. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely incredible. And the final one is there. Now this book is line art, it's not grayscale. Now I'm going to take you to the back cover so you can see the illustrations there too. I love this one. Love this one too. Well, I love them all, which is why I ordered it and fell in love with it and watched every second of Zucchini Kitty's. In fact, she's posted a picture of her finished one in my Facebook group, which is incredible. She did this one, and it's just beautiful. So, if we get to the colouring pages, we move from the glossy paper, thank goodness, to some landscape and some portrait. So if I bring you in slightly just to get the, because it might be quite hard to see. So we've got some line art, a bit like the posh colouring books. You've got to fill in the little bits yourself. But he's just released a Gnomes colouring book. We'll come out slightly because I'm cutting half him off. He's just released a Gnomes colouring book, and it's a spiral bound artist paper colouring book. This paper, you've got quotes on the other side. This one happens to be from Proverbs, the Bible. So you could use markers if you wanted to. The colouring pages are perforated, so you do have to be quite careful, but it's just for ease of framing or pulling out if you wanted to. So this is what they look like. It's going to be quite quick because we want to do a colour along too. I hope you can see that. This is the page I want us to do, is this gorgeous Christmas tree. Just beautiful, isn't it? I hope you like it. I just fell in love with it. So I'm doing a quick flip. And I'll be honest, I've chosen the one I've chosen, the plate with the Christmas tree on it, because although they don't look it, they're going to be highly detailed and take a lot of time, and that would involve quite a lot of video time. There's the Nutcracker. I love him, but I would change the colour palette. And I wanted to show you trying to copy the image. So they're beautiful, aren't they? Joy, they say. There we go. So, simplistic line art, and of course you don't have to stick to the artwork at the front of the book. You can do your own thing, which makes it even more joyful. So there's a couple of these plates in here. This one's lovely. I love this one. The finished illustration of that one is beautiful. Oh, I'm not going to keep saying I love this one, because I do absolutely adore them all. And I had to come on and give it a go with you. So I'm holding my book up because I don't want to rip out. I'm quite heavy-handed where my hands shake, and I don't want to rip the pages out. There are lots and lots. I don't know how many images without checking on the back, but there are plenty. Will keep us going for a number of Christmases. And like I say, this was Amazon. I will put a link in down below. I'm not an affiliate. I put on the channel what I like to use, and so I'm not an affiliate. But feel free to click the link down below and it should take you straight to this book so that you can purchase it should you want to. For your holiday pleasure, folks. The little train. I mean, they're just such beautiful, fun images. Real style about them. And there we are, back to the back of the book. Where's that bird? Look, that is, I think it's it says Winter's Gift. I think it's like a cardinal, is it? I could be wrong. But look at the colour palette, I love it. So, we are going to, I'm going to open that out, so I've got my reference picture to the side of me. I'm going to squash down the binding. We are going to colour this page, and I'm going to use polychromos. I'm also going to use a tiny bit of paint, but please don't worry if you don't have the polychromos. Just pick colours that go, oh Lord, a Lucy blooper, look, I've chucked out paints all over the book. Oh no, where do they go? Yeah, no, while I'm talking to you, I will talk, while I'm sorting my, it's because my hands shake and it fluffs everything up. While I'm doing this, I'll say what I was going to say. If you don't have the colours that I'm using, I'm going to have to tip that one back out. There are, I know Colouring with Claire has done conversion charts for pens, for pencils, so that you can colour along. And so just because you don't, you know, you might not have polychromos doesn't mean you can't follow along. You just choose similar colours from the set you've got. That needs to be swapped as well. Goodness me. Says didn't want it to be too long. But this is the good thing about Derwent, the little Derwent palettes, because you can swap them about and buy replacements. So you don't have to keep buying like the whole palette. Sorry about this with my shaky hands. So the tiny bit of paint I want to use will be for this little bit of blue. And the reason I want to put that in the background is because it changes the composition of the paper, although it's gorgeous paper. It's quite thick. It also will give us a base, so there's not so much pencil work to do, if that makes sense to anyone in the world. So I will be using, what colour is it? If I can hold it up to you here like this. This is the little ticket you get with the Pastel Shades palette, Derwent Pastel Shades palette, and it's Cornflower Blue. And I'm just going to put, that's what it comes out like on card. Pardon me. I am just going to put a little paint coating on the background of that. If I can find everything. Haha! Derwent paintbrush. If you're interested in these, because this is the fine one, These are gorgeous. I've got one on my wish list, so if you want to go in to the description box down below, have a look in my wish list. I keep this in there because I'm quite heavy-handed and I need to replace them quite often. But if you were interested, you could go and have a look. So, this is what we're going to try and create. Oh yes, we will see how we get on. So I am going to take, this is just an ink blending piece of plastic that I've got, also in my wish list, if you want to have a look for all these bits and bobs. And the paint, obviously, the Derwent pastel paint. And I'm going to activate that, and I'm going to put it in this little tray because I need to clean the top half. But as you can see, they are so super creamy and smooth. Let's move that out the way. Now my darkest spot is going to be round here when I put the paints on, when I put the pencil work on. And pencils just go over this like a dream, so you don't have to worry. So this way we can see what this book is like with paint. And so far so good. A little bit more colour. And then I won't have to work so hard at... I do apologise. Notifications from every angle. Yeah, and this way we don't have to work so hard when we go in with our pencil. Okay, I'm just mixing up a little bit more. Putting some more water in it just so it goes a bit further. It doesn't have to be as dark as that, but I just want to get a coat of that down. It doesn't even matter if it's streaky. It's literally just giving us an underbase. What's it like on the other side? Let's have a look, folks. Nothing. Nothing. We'll see if it crinkles up. But if you keep the water to a minimum, it shouldn't. And then when we go over with pencil work over the top, which will be, this entire thing will be covered, it should smooth out if it does crinkle anyway. So, one of my favourite paint palettes is this Derwent set. I wish they would bring more colours out because their paints are so creamy and easy to use. I'm sorry this bit's a bit boring, but it's a necessary evil, folks, and it's, for me, I don't know about you, but for me it's really good fun. It's what the process is all about, isn't it? It's picking stuff that shouts out to you, that you want to do at the time, and enjoying it. And that's what I've been doing of late on YouTube, is content, video content that I've seen something that I really passionately want to colour and sharing it with you. And I think that's the only way that it works. You know, if you're trying to force yourself to do pages you don't want to do, that's when it becomes a chore and then is no longer a hobby. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm picking stuff that really screams and jumps out to me and says, hey, have some fun with this page and share it with your friends. So I will finish this bit off, then I'll have to go off and let the paint dry. And you'll be happy to know that I won't subject you to sitting and watching that. But we'll let that dry, and then I want to get the background done before I do anything else, because if I fluff it up then I don't have to put it on camera. I can try and repair it myself. but hopefully I think I've worked out all the colours that I want to use, so hopefully it will come out okay. Won't be exactly like the artists, but we can get it as close as. Alright, there we go. A washed out, crappy looking background. Perfect. Right people, I am going to go off and let that dry, and then we will meet back together and we will do the pencil work over the top. See you in a second. Oh, sorry about the camera wobble. Okay, so the page is dry. There is a little bit of crinkling, but like I say, that will flatten out when we work with it. So, I have got 3 colours. Let me just make sure I've got these in order because I keep messing them up. Here we go. So this is for the sky in the background. I'll bring the camera in so that they can pick them up. Okay, this is our horrendous looking sky, excuse me. So we've got, come on camera, it's Christmas time, we don't have time for this. Okay, dark indigo, we have Indian throne blue, and we have Halio blue reddish. Okay, just those 3 colours. So I'm scared for this. Taking our dark indigo, we're going to work around the edge. So I'm just going to do this very lightly and take my time. Okay, and then we're going to bring that out. Now this will take a couple of layers. I'll have to go back over it all to get it smooth and completely covered, but it will be worth it, people. It will be worth it. Another beautiful Christmas page we will do, God willing. I was so pleased with the last one that I did that I don't know, just worried that this one won't turn out as nice, but we'll see. We will see, people. We can only try, can't we? So I am now not going to be able to order anything for a while because like I said, I'm having my car repaired, and it's going to cost quite a lot of money. So I'm going to have to curtail any other purchases for a bit, which is a pain in the bum because there are so many lovely things and books and supplies that you just, you know, don't need but want. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the next colour now, which is the Indian Throne Blue. Okay, and I'm going to go back over that because that will deepen that up. The more layers we put on, the darker that gorgeous colour we'll get. So I'm going to go over that. I'm going to be cautious of that little lip on the plate, and I've just gone over it, but never mind. What colour is it anyway? Do you know what? I think that might be navy. If I'm looking at the image, look, that doesn't have a lip on it. So I think that might be dark blue. So I'll have to go back in. That's helpful. Or I could just, oh, I don't know. I think the colour in it, the blue, would be the best bet because it will cover that line. Okay, now I'm going to start to bring this Indian Throne, is it Indian Throne? Yeah, Indian Throne Blue out. So like I say, that paint I just put down to give us a blue base, because it just makes it so much easier to work with when you're not working so hard to fill in gaps. And water on the page will change its composition and kind of give it more tooth, so you don't have to work so hard. And that is why I put that little bit of pastel paint down. So like I say, if you don't have that, it doesn't matter. You can just go in with the pencils. But as you can see through the camera, or I can see through the camera, that we are going to have to do quite a few layers to build this up. So what I will do is this little section with you, and then in usual style, so you don't have to sit here for hours, I will go off and finish the circle, and it's just literally dark blue into the paler blue, apart from this side, which I'll show you. So I'm just filling that in. This bit's dark round here. And then we'll just, oh, apologies. We just keep layering. This bit is really dark in here. Okay. So then I'm going to switch to the final colour, which is Helio Blue Reddish. And we're going to go over that last colour that we put down. Well, we can go back over the whole thing. It doesn't matter. This is our palest colour. And as you can see, I'm holding the pencil further back, and so I'm not putting a lot of pressure on. Otherwise we'll get grooves and we won't get a smooth finish. We'll get pencil lines. So this is our brightest of the colours, although still quite a dark blue. We've just got a little bit of a halo of blue around this tree. Comes up to around about here. So if I put that in, round about here with this paler blue. Then the rest of it is very dark. Fill that little gap in. So once I've got that layered up, the rest of this will be the two dark colours, if that makes sense to you. So we've just got this being our lightest colour here. So I'm going to try and fill that in. Oh, it's working well, but my wrist is aching. So bring that down to about there. Then we're going to go back to our dark indigo, and we're going to layer over the top of that again. Same as we did before. We'll go in dark and then let it fade out. And you can see that beautiful rich colour building. Look at that. That's something I find fascinating when I watch colouring videos, is when people do layering and you start to see the colour change before your eyes. I love it. Bit of a weirdo, I know. So this bit's really dark in here. Right in that corner. And up here is dark, really dark. So when we've done this little section of layers, if we felt that that edge wasn't dark enough, we could add some black just into that very edge and then go back over with blue. Right, back in with our Indian Throne blue. Can you see that? Indian Throne blue. Back over that indigo. And it should really start to come together. Let me just shift the page. I've got pencils everywhere because I've been working out colour combos for it to try and match it as close as I can with layers. But we will get there. I'm going to bring that in over this really dark corner. Have I still got, no I haven't. I'm going to put my plastic mat down. There we go. So this is our middle colour, so I'm going to bring that up to around about here and then start to let it fade into that bright colour, because that's the only bit of bright that we've got is this side. And then I'll go off and finish it so that you don't have to sit and watch the whole thing. We'll come back and do another section. I don't think it'll take too long because there, apart from the tree which we'll need to do together, all the little elements, I just need to show you one and then you'll know how to do the whole thing. So in terms of video, oh I don't know, she says that, but then I'll put one if it's like an hour and 30 minutes. Okay. So let's go back to our lightest blue now, which is the Halo Blue Reddish. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, apologies. And then you can always use a blender if you want to, but if you just keep going over with layers, it will fill in and smooth out. Looking in my camera, it looks hideous. But I've said it before, and I really do stand by it actually. It sounds funny, but I think any art or colouring, when you're in the process of doing it, they can go through some really ugly stages before you get that nice clean look that you want, and it's just a matter of persevering, because I know at the beginning I'd have probably done this and binned it, thought oh that's not going to work, but it's just light layers, patience and trusting in yourself. So I'm going to keep going around our little light patch because, like I say, that's the only light bit. It's not even light round the star. So it's a very dark night for Mr. Christmas Tree. I don't know whether I should bring that. No, I'm going to stick to... Why do I keep forgetting his name? Tim Shaw. I'm going to stick to Tim's work. Okay. Let's just fill this up. I think you get the idea, people. So layer upon layer upon layer. Alright, when you go back over that again, all those gaps or white tooth of the paper will disappear and it will be smooth. So I'm going to go off and finish the rest. I'm not going to use any more of the lighter colour. I'm going to stick to... my God, Lucy. Dear God. Tim Shaw's work. Alright, gorgeous people. I'll go off and finish this. Give myself wrist ache and I will be back when it's complete. See you in a second. Okay, so I've finished the sky all around. We're going to have to put some white dots in. And I've taken my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist brush, which is like that. If I can get it on camera for you. And I've just whited out that, you know, that dark line that I was confused about, just to give my next, the plate outside, its best chance of blending in properly. So, Christmas tree. I'm really pleased with how this blended, so I am going to take the paints again, but again, don't worry if you don't have them, because we can use the polychromos or the pencils you have and create the same kind of look. So I am going to use Artichoke, again from the Derwent Pastel range, and just putting some in my palette, getting that mixed up. I'll put a bit more water in it, just so it's light, and then I'm just going to paint this little tree. Because again, they are big spaces. It's a lot of work for pencil. So just by doing this, like I said earlier, hopefully gives us the best chance of a good coverage. But this is the only parts that I will be doing it on. The rest of it will all be just pencil work. It's a beautiful colour, this Artichoke. And again, it will be covered. But like I said, it changes the composite of the paper, just gives it more tooth and makes it easier for a good coverage. Concentrating, that's why I've gone quiet. We don't need any more bloopers. We've already had one blooper with the paints already, haven't we? We don't need any more. Thank you very much. So one thing I found with watercolours is never be afraid to use them as a base coat, because they just take the hard work out of things. Even if you cover the entire thing, it's your work, it's what makes life easier for you and what you're happy with. So just don't be afraid, like, you know, I know somebody will say, what's the point in putting the paint down if you're just going to colour over it? But like I've said, it gives me, because this is quite smooth paper, and it just makes colouring a larger area so much easier. And you don't get that as much of that white paper tooth showing through, so you don't have to work quite so hard. There. Enough of explanations on that one. I don't know why I'm carefully going around those swirls, they're part of the tree. A terrible shadow. Is that going to help? Oh, bum. Gone over that bit. Never mind. What colour are they? Of course they're yellow, but that should be okay. We can take a little bit of water. Dab it on there. Let me get a bit of kitchen towel. see if I can lift that. A little bit. Never mind. I'm sure we can colour over it. If not, I'll drop that pit pen in it, or a bit of Posca, or... because I've done it again. It's infuriating. Shaky hands. There we go. Nearly there, folks. And that little bow, and in between that present. Also, it will help with, not in this one per se, but it will help with busy pictures to pick out where your colour goes. Because sometimes it can be hard to find where something starts and finishes, can't it, on a bit really busy colouring page. Okay, there, I just wanted to show you that. So again, I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then we're going to come in and do this tree together. Already it looks cute. Messy but cute. Alright folks, I'm going to go off. That'll be the last bit of painting that we have to do, so don't worry about that. I'll go off, let that dry completely, and then we'll come back. I've got all the colours ready to go, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we're completely dry. I'm just going to give it, and that's one thing I will say before you do anything, when you are, I'm just going to turn the light a little bit more, try and shadow it because it's late at night. Make sure it's completely dry before you put anything over the top of it, otherwise you will fluff it up, the paper will pill, you won't be able to do anything with it. So let's have a look at the colours that I've chosen for this tree, and let me put them in order so you can see them on the camera. We'll bring the camera in on my blotchy tree. Okay, so let me just tilt them and try and get them all in for you. So, Cadmium, Yellow, Lemon. Now I know that seems weird, but there is a green hue to that if you look. May Green, Juniper Green, and the gorgeous dark chrome Oxide Green. Beautiful. So I am going to take the Cadmium, Yellow, Lemon, and I'm going to start where there are lighter spots on the tree. So according to my picture, I'm going in here, and then I can fill in any of those little spots that I didn't get with the paint. In fact, it might just be easier for me to do a quick coat of this all over the tree. Nothing spectacular, just a quick lay down of this really bright colour, and then we can fill in as we go along. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just remember to keep looking up and checking that I'm in shot when I'm zoomed in. Okay, be careful as you go around there, because you don't want to drag that navy blue in. You could change the order in which you do it. I did the background first because I was so scared of fluffing it up. You know, doing a really good picture and then fluffing up the background. I'm not very good at blending, I don't know what it is, blues. I don't know what it is. Is it the pigments that they use in the pencils that are different and I find it difficult to blend? I don't know. But I'm happy with that. But I do find blending big spaces quite difficult. I think more intricate, smaller spaces are easier. Now this is going to look very bright and very disgusting and it's going to go through a terrible, ugly phase, is our tree. A bit like if you have an artificial one that you get out of the roof year after year, when you first drag it out of the roof, it looks like, well, it's almost been through a shredder. It looks awful, doesn't it? Until you fluff out the branches, get those beautiful lights on and all your ornaments, it looks pretty grim. Exciting, but grim. And this is what our little trees, well, my little tree is looking like so far. Blotchy, grim, poor little soul. He'd be the one you walk straight past, wouldn't he? If you were choosing a tree at the Christmas shop, at the garden centre or wherever you'd get your tree from. I'd be like, yeah, we'll skip that one. But it will come together, it will. Have faith, Lucy, have faith. So this gives us a nice wax base then over that paint. Sorry, not wax. Polychromos are oil based and brilliant for layering, which is great for this picture because we need to build up different colours and try and match Jim's, yay, got his name right, Jim's colouring. I don't know whether what medium he uses. So this will give us our bright colour wherever we need it. I don't have to worry about that. Then this is our highlight colour. And then I can go over with dark and obliterate it where I don't want it. There we go. Nearly there. Okay. So that is our cadmium yellow lemon. And can you see what I mean? I know I've gone over green, but there is a very definite green hue to it. Okay. Right. Now, the base of the tree is very dark. So, round the presents. So we are going to go in with the Chrome Oxide Green. One of my favourite greens in the Polychromos set. So we're going to come up here, in between these presents. And, well, we'll stay in between the presents for a minute while I work out what I'm doing. And around here is dark. So pretty much the same we did for the sky, but I'm just following Jim's illustration. Which, if I had any editing skills at all, I could have put on the screen for you, but I don't, unfortunately. I'm going to go right up the side of this tree here. And then I'm just letting it come out lighter. I could join that blue. There we go. Right. Now, round this swirl, could you see any of that? I might need to come out slightly. There we go, because I keep losing you and I really hate that. Okay, round this swirl, if we follow that round up into here, that is all dark round there. Okay, so I'm going to start bringing that out. We'll follow that line. I'll worry about fading it out in a minute. I just want to get that deep in, that deep colour. And it goes all the way up here. And around this swirl. So we need to get enough of that down. Alright. Then at the base of here, again, is dark. I hope you don't mind bearing with me while I map this tree out. But I really wanted to show you, like the posh colouring books. This is a much simpler image, obviously, to show you how I kind of do it. You just to be patient and map it all out, really. So we're going to come up here now, this bit. We're going to difficult, so my hand's not in your way. We're going to start to let that fade out so that we can use the next colour. In this bit, round this present, all the way around here is dark. Now don't forget, this is just our first layer. We will be going back in, and this is all dark here. Yeah. So like I say, it's going to look ugly and awful to start with, but we will get there, folks. Okay, then we've got this little dip in here. We're going round that one. And we've got a little bit of dark in here. And we'll just, what the heck. Excuse me, I've got to strip off again, I've gone hot. I don't know what's wrong with me, I had the window open a minute ago and it's freezing in the UK. Just keep going really hot. Don't say it, folks. Don't say it's my age. Just don't. I know all about it, but I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, we're going to come up all around this present here is dark. Gosh, I hope this works out. It's such a beautiful picture. I'm just trying to work out where I am now. Round that little swirl there is dark. And I think you get the picture. Excuse the pun. And all around these are all dark. So it's kind of just following what Jim's done with the colours I've chosen. I faffed about on a piece of paper to try and get the closest match I could beforehand. So I knew that the colours would work and blend to give us the nearest I could get. It's just good fun, it's just relaxing, you know, having someone's work to copy takes the stress out of sitting there and going, oh, what colour now, will that match, you know, all those kind of things. I say stress, it's all good fun, all of it's good fun, but there's nothing for me as pleasurable as sitting down with somebody's work and trying to copy it. I love it. Go deepening that up. Very clever. For such a simple drawing, his artwork is very, very clever. Okay, I'm avoiding those. I'm going to avoid those, they look like popcorn, strings of popcorn. I'm just going around here, and then under here as well is dark. Right, so we'll do that bottom piece before we do anything else. I'm just going to start to fill it in and give us some room to fade out into our next colour, which I think is the Juniper Green, which we used in the last picture. That's a lovely colour. The last picture that we coloured together. Okay, am I happy with that? This bit, we need to fade that. So this gives us room then for that other colour. Gives us a blend line. Okay, so we don't get any of those harsh. Right, we don't want any harsh lines. A little bit around here. A little bit here. There we go. Okay, let's go in with the Juniper Green and we'll start building that up. So again, I'm going back over that first colour. And this one's a little bit more fiddly because of its smaller spaces, but it's fine. Coming up to about here, there, and then we're going to stop. And then I promise you, when we've done it and it's finished, it will look cool. I don't know how close to the actual picture we'll get it, but colour-wise, but I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm coming up here with the juniper. And here. Okay. Back over here, and we're coming right out. So we can go over all that dark. Same as we did with the sky. So if you need some practice with blending, gosh, this will be the book to do it with. And by combining these colours and going over each other in our layers, this will try and speak. This will be what makes those unique colours. A bit round that swirl. Bring that out a bit further. Okay. Do we need some on the inside of that? No, not really. So yes, I know it looks scruffy and rubbish, but I'm just, like I said, we're putting down where we want the colour. Then we'll work it smooth later. Okay. The next colour is the gorgeous May Green. Okay, and let's go for it. So we're now going to go in and fill this. Oh, apologies, it's my fault. I sharpened it too much and pressed too hard. So this gives us that really nice, bright, fresh green that Jim's got on his picture, which I will show you again in a minute. And we're going to come up with this round in here. And we're going to blend that into that cadmium yellow there. Same with this. And at the top, blend that into the... I know it looks awful, folks, but this is about layering. It won't, I promise. So stick with me. Put me on double speed or fast forward if you're getting bored. But for those of you that are colouring along, don't lose patience. Look at it now. I mean, it just looks hideous. But just stick with it. Right, we've got our colours mapped out. We're going to go back in with the cadmium yellow lemon. Do that at the top. That was the colour we coated the tree in, if you remember. So now we know where our colours are going to be. Let's go back in. Now this is where we can take more time, pay more time and attention to getting the blends right. So I'm going to go in and deepen this up. So I might just do this little section with you. In with our Juniper Green. Up here. Get back in with our darkest here up this corner where it meets that blue, and you need to bring enough out to stop those harsh lines. Okay, back in with the Juniper Green now. Fade it out so that we can get it into that beautiful May green. Okay, a hot mess. You're going to be saying, oh Lucy, what have you done? What is that page? But it'll work. I'm just going to keep going back over with the colours we've been given, colours we've chosen. Gone over my bauble. I'll have to I'll have to erase that. Okay. Let's take my eraser. Okay. Then I'm going to redo that Juniper Green part there. I've just erased. And then I'm going back in with our May Green. It is May Green, isn't it? Yeah. And then I'll start to see the bits where I'm not happy with. I've obviously got to go back over it. I've not got enough layers on there yet. I'm going to go over the whole thing with May Green, and this will help as our blender for it all and help lift the colours. And go again. And we'll just keep going like that until we're completely happy with blends and where the colours are. I was going to sing and all that jazz, but nobody needs to hear that. So as you can see, it's fiddly and it's going to be a bit of a labour of love, but I promise you that it will work out as long as you're doing light layers so that the paper can keep taking it. It will build. Okay, back in with the Juniper Green over that, the first Chrome Oxide Green. Now where those swirls are, I think I will put some black in just to bring that out. Bring that up a little bit. So yeah, it's a lot of fiddly faffing, but we'll get there. Okay, then take our May Green again. And we're beginning to get a blend now. We're beginning to get a smoother look. Can you see that coming? I don't know if that light is making it look worse. Just going to keep working at it. So if I just do this little section with you, you can take that Cadmium Lemon again, just really brighten up that centre. Okay, I'm going to go again. I'm just going to keep going until I'm entirely happy. So we just do this little section together. You've got the colour combos and you've kind of seen how it works. Otherwise it would be hours. I'm sure you could appreciate of me sitting on camera. There would be 100 million parts to this one video. back in with the Juniper Green. May green. I've gone over that bauble quite a lot, but if it means that I'd have to put some white acrylic paint in it or whatever, I don't mind, as long as the bulk of the picture looks good. Mine's a lot darker than his, I can see already, but I quite like the combo. And then we'll take the Cadmium Lemon, what do you think? So we could take a little bit of black and we're going to run that, so just black, we're going to run that around those gifts. Up the edge. I'm not pressing heavily at all. Okay, where else is really dark? I want to pick out those swirls. And then I'll go back over with the darkest green. So my tree is going to be a lot darker. But I like it. And it makes it unique, doesn't it, to me? So then I'm going back in with our chrome oxide green and just blending that black in. I know people say they don't like using black, but I think that the high contrast in a picture that black gives you is what makes it very interesting, catching to the eye. That super high contrast from dark to lights. Back in with my Juniper Green. Okay, and then May Green. A bit more of that green in there. That's our dark green. Just blend that through a bit more. And you can use opposite colours for shading. So opposite on the colour wheel for green, let me see, would be orange. So you could use that to give you extra depth, but you know, it's easy using black, isn't it? Right, a lot of work into one small space, people, but certainly in my mind very well worth it. Let me just dust that off. So if I can move it so that there's not so much light on it, very got sheen to it. What do you think? I can't really get it so you can see any better. Very cool. So I've shown you like how to map it out. If you follow, here's our image. So mine's an awful lot darker, as you can see, but I like it. If you follow where he's put his darks and his lights, you should be able to do it. And what I'll do is get lighter, hopefully, as I go up the tree. Okay? Alright folks, so I'm going to go off and finish that mammoth task, and I'll meet you back. See you in a second. Okay, so I've finished the tree. Mine is an awful lot darker, but I'm pleased with the results. You know, it's not always, this is the one we're copying. It's not always about getting it exact, is it? But I'm really happy with the results. Now, if you remember, I said about that I'd use the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist brush pen in white to black out that line to give me the best chance of doing the edge of the plate, which, if we come back and have a look, it goes in from reds into ochres. Really beautiful colours. So I have whited that out in the hope that that will disappear. Now, a tip here folks, because we've done such depth and lots of layers of polychromos, they do smear if you're rubbing your hand over it, because your warm hand will, I don't know, almost reheat the wax and it will smudge. So have a scrap piece of paper to hand to put over where you've coloured so that you don't do that. So if I bring you in, yeah, so if you've ever noticed that you're smearing your polychromos, that is why. Right, these are the colours. Quite unusual choice in colours, but I want to try and get it similar to the image. So, we have got stubby pencils. We have got, come on camera, there we go, burnt carmine, green gold, light yellow ochre, and we're going to blend with ivory. So, fingers crossed that this works, folks. Okay, I've tested it on a piece of paper and it's about as close as I'm going to get it. So, I'm going to put my piece of paper down here, just so that my hand is not resting, and we're going to choose a spot because I need to show you the blend that I'm going to use. So, really lightly, I'm going to go over that line. Hopefully that is an ink and it won't come off, and we can cover that line when we go in with the depth that we want. So in with our burnt carmine. Are you in close enough? I hope I'm not going to lose you. So we'll do this little section together. In with our burnt carmine. And avoiding those little patterns. Back over. Let's get a decent layer. So I'm really pleased with the response of my last video, which was Christmas pages that you might not know were there in colouring books. Thank you everyone for your comments, and it's so nice to see people say, you know, they haven't got dedicated Christmas books, but they had got some of those. So that was really lovely. And when we've done this colour along, I'm going to do one more video on some books that I've got, and then that will be it for spending for me. Some gifts that I've had, which is lovely. So, burnt carmine. How far does that come up? Well, I think we'll just go with how I feel. I want to get enough of that down. Okay. So burnt carmine. Then we're going to go in with green gold. I'm going to go back over that and bring out this green gold. I'm going to fill this little section up. What I didn't see, look down here, is in between this here. Where does that go? Yeah. So that's going to need a little bit of the burnt carmine in it. I'm not really sure that that pit pen has done me much good at the moment, but we'll see. So we're going to bring that up. Oh! Darn it! Another blue part. At least I've coloured in the... I'll erase that out. Ignore that part. It's here, this bit. Okay. So there, a bit of green gold in. So again, I'm just mapping out colours. Probably come up a little bit too far. So I'm going to go back with... I'm not organised today, am I, folks? Where is it? I'm going to go back with my burnt carmine, and I'm going to do round this edge because I've got to bring this out too. So I want a strong enough colour and a strong enough edge that it's worth doing. And we're going to have to try and get that even around the plate edge. Okay, so I'm just bringing it out lightly. Okay, then we're going to go in with the green gold, and I'm going over that red and bringing that out. Oh, I'll put my light on. See if that helps with the shadow. So going over the red, bringing out the green gold. Then we're going to add in a little bit of the yellow ochre, back over all of that. Bring in the yellow ochre. And then what we're going to do is in the centre there, we're going to blend that with the cream when we're ready. I might even use a little bit of Prisma White if it's too dark. So let's go back over now and start building our layers up. I'm going to go quite... I don't like where that pit pen is, so I might try and erase that because it's rough. So actually don't use the pit pen. You could use a white gel pen, but I'm actually not going to... That feels better. I'm not going to worry about it. I'd rather have the black line there than that big contrast in colour because of that pit pen. All experiments, folks, all experiments. So I will be erasing around that pit pen. Don't like it. So let's build up our colour. Are you with me? Okay. Just going to put the lid on the of my eraser. Oh dear. This time of year does funny things to people's brains, and mine's bad at the best of times. Okay, green gold. And we'll just keep going like that. Then in with the light yellow ochre. That should lift the whole thing. over everything. Okay, and then back again. So I need to get that colour deeper. So I'll get that just by putting the layers in. You do get a little bit of graininess from the paper left over, but quite nice, adds to the effect. So back in with green gold, blend over all of that. Okay, and grab our light yellow ochre. It is, yeah, light yellow ochre. Bring that in. Now, I might need to brighten that red up. We'll see if I make sure that the red goes on the top of the layers. We'll see. Just don't keep going back over it then with the green gold. It should brighten up. If not, we can just add another red to it, brighten it up a little bit. In fact, why don't we try that, because it's looking a bit dingy, isn't it? Let's try, I've got this for another combo, but let's try Pale Geranium Lake, which should give us more of a red than a brown tone. Yeah, that's better. Just needed lifting a little bit, it was a bit dark. So we'll add that to our combo. There we go, put that back. Then we'll get the green gold. And we'll just use that for our blend there. The colours are coming now. Then in with our light yellow ochre. Okay, and then we're going to get the ivory. So we're going to use that to blend the whole thing. That's better. That red's really helped. That's looking better, that's much better. Okay, I'm going to take that bright red again. And go around that edge. There we go. Put that to that side because I need that for another combination on the page. Green gold on the edge of that. We need that red to come up here, don't we? A little bit, just a little bit. There we are. Our green gold. Then our light yellow ochre. Okay, then ivory. And let's go over the whole thing and see what we think. Okay, I might add, where is it? Everything's hiding from me today. Aha, my stubby little Prisma White. So it's just Prisma White. Make sure it's clean. And I'm just going to go in where that light yellow ochre is. And just lift that. Lift that slightly. Okay? Back in with the light yellow ochre. Okay, white again. That just will keep that centre nice and light. And ivory here. It tones it down and we get that nice like rusty look. Back in with the burnt carmine. Okay, right. Prisma White. Just knocking back where it's dark there. Okay, now I have got a Caran d'Ache blender. You can use whatever blender, but you don't necessarily even need to blend. But like I say, it's quite does leave behind quite a bit of tooth on the paper. And then I find this Caran d'Ache one's really good because you can still go over the top of it. It gives a nice smooth layer when it's blended for you to carry on putting layers on top. There. Right, I've dulled that down, haven't I? I think it's because it's next to the blue that it looks different to the top. Do you? We'll see. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think if we come back again and look at our plate, there's the plate with the red into the cream, and there's mine, which again is darker, but that's fine. Oh my goodness, this piece of paper, it's driving me potty. It's hiding everything. Excuse me. So, I'm going to have to do that all the way round. I'm just adding that. What was it that we used? Pale Geranium Lake back in. I don't want it too dingy. There. I think that's a really good combination. And I'm not going to faff with it because I will mess it up. So, what I'm going to do, my gorgeous people, is go off, as usual, and I'm going to colour the edge of that plate. It could be some time. And then we will meet up again as soon as I've done it, and then it should be plain sailing from then on in, she says. Alright folks, see you in a second. Right, so I finished the plate on the outside. Here is the picture, if you remember. Well, you will remember because it's seconds for you. It's the following day for me. But here's the plate on the outside, and this is my version. So, similar. So we need to focus on all these designs around here and the little presents. So I've got some colour combos out, ready. And what I thought we would do is if we look at, where are we, this plume. Is this the one? It's very complicated. Here, this one. This is a turquoise one, like the greeny coloured one. So if we come in, we can get that in focus. There we go. I have got 3 colours from dark to light, and we'll see if we need to add any more to that, but at the moment this is what we've got. So we've got Halio Turquoise, Cobalt Turquoise, let me tilt it so that you can get, there we go, and Cobalt Green. So I'm going to go in here, it's this one, isn't it, to make sure I get the right one. I'm going to go in with a brush and my eraser. I've got a little bit that's gone over here. Just take that out. And I'm going to go in with the Cobalt Green and fill this in. I think the easiest way for me at the moment is to do the palest first, and then we'll fill in the darker areas. This is such a lovely book, it's so different. And I actually found Jim Shaw's YouTube channel and subscribed to him. He's such a dear soul. Good fun to watch as well. And I was watching, and he's ambidextrous, so he's colouring with a pencil in each hand and just switches. It's incredible to watch. If you get the chance, you've got the time, go over and have a look at his channel. It's really good. I will link it down below along with the book. There we go. Okay, so we've put in our Cobalt Green. Now I'm going to go in with our darkest, which is the Halio, oh there you are, Halio Turquoise. Let the camera refocus. And, oh no, I've done the wrong one. I knew that would happen. And raise that quick. What colour is that going to be? Green, so it should be okay. Another fluff up. That's another reason why I love this eraser. So I need it a lot. Only Lucy. Oh dear me, never mind. Thankfully, it's going to be green, so that will cover nicely. So no harm done. Apart from the fact you've got to sit and watch me colour the correct one, which is this one. What an idiot. Mind you, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 3. Don't ask me why, I don't know. My brain says, that's enough, get up. And then I can't settle to do anything. So I need my piece of paper so I don't smudge all that blue. I can't settle to do anything, so the best thing to do is for me to come and sit and record and talk to you guys. There we go. Now I've coloured the right one in the turquoise green. Cobalt green, sorry. Okay, we're going to go in with the dark one finally, which is Halio Turquoise. And in the image he's got it darkest round here. And obviously again, like all the others, we'll go back over and relayer. And he's dark round here. Okay, I'm going to bring that up a little further. So we might need a darker colour in there, we'll see. Fill that in. And then we'll go in with our Cobalt Turquoise. There we go. And we'll start filling that in. They're quite similar, aren't they, those two? But when we put another layer on, hopefully that darker colour will show up. Okay, we'll go back to our green, the first colour we had. Let's fill that back in. Come over there. Okay, back in with our dark one. Let's see if we can deepen that up. There we go. A few layers, that'll get it. There we go, that's our darkest one. Then we're going to go in with the medium one. There we go. I was getting a bit concerned that you wouldn't be able to see the difference there, but you can. And then back in with our lightest one. We'll blend those together. There we go. So I'll do just each of the colour combos with you, just on one element, because they'll all be repeated the same if you've got the picture. And then you won't have to sit here for like forever. So I'm going to take a little bit of the black, and I'm really going to deepen up that edge. I'm just doing it really lightly, but I want more of a contrast there. And in the centre, I'm going to do that black, but just lightly. Okay, and then I'm going to go back over it with our darkest colour here. That will give us that really rich, luscious shadow. And then in the centre, looks like a little comma to me. In the centre we'll do the darkest one. There we go. And then I'll just keep going over with the layers to blend it smooth. Okay, I'll finish that, smooth it all out and make it beautiful off camera, so we're not sitting and watching a whole blend, because this video is going to be very long. Okay, the greens that we used for the tree will be this, thankfully. This is going to be pink, so let me get my pink combo out, which I have here. Pencil extender. Let me get you the actual pencil so you can see. Thankfully I do have a replacement for that one. So this is the pink combo that I've got. Okay, let me tilt it so the camera can pick it up. There we go. So I've got beige red, which was light flesh, used to be called, I've changed it, medium flesh, fuchsia, and middle purple pink. Hope you can pick all those up. There we go. Alright. So we're going to start with this little plume here, whatever you want to call that. Let me put that pencil back or I'll lose it. Okay. So I am going to start with my darkest, which is down the bottom. I have got this section right. So we're going to start with the dark in the bottom here, which is the middle purple pink. And this will be a nice simple gradient, this one. There we go. Then we're going to go in with our fuchsia. back over that and bring the fuchsia out. It's quite a small space to get that blend in, so you've got to kind of judge where you need your colours to start and end. Because we've got another 2 colours to fit in there yet. Okay, so I'm just making sure I've filled that in and I've got enough room to, enough of a faded line to blend the next colour in, which is medium flesh. And we're going to put that in. Go back over that. And I'm just going to leave the very edge for that rose beige. Okay, then I'm going to take, this is rose beige on my pencil extender, and we're going to fill that top bit in with rose beige. It's quite ironic really, because everything else in the picture that I've done is darker than Jim's, but this one is lighter. So we're going to go back in, same combination, dark at the bottom, and this just helps to intensify our colours, fill up the paper and give us a smoother look. I'm going to bring up that fuchsia a little higher because it's lovely and bright. And in this picture we're not shying away from colours. When I first started colouring, I think I really went with light colours, and that was sort of representative of how nervous I was about colouring. Ooh, threw that across the room. And of late, I'm just really enjoying that really dark combo into a lighter colour. Just using really dark prominent colours. There we go. Let's deepen that up. What's in the centre of those? They're those like a blue colour. Okay, so in the centre of those, where's the blue combo? I am going to take mauve. No, I'm not. No. Delft blue. Can you see that? Delft blue. And that is going in there. Okay, and in that one. So that's our pink combo. Now, you can see that my eyesight, I really struggle, I'm not quite sure why, to get right up to the edge of things. There we go, just fill that in. I do wear glasses, and I wear them all the time, and I'm a very good girl about it. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to see a thing. But yeah, I really struggle to get close up to those edges. There we go. Alright, I'll play and faff off camera. So that's that one. Then we've got, move the pink combo. Then we've got a kind of purple combo. So if we go back to the image, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So this is where we're doing the green here. We've just done the pink. Now we've got this kind of bluey purple going on. So make sure I've got the right one. Okay, 3 colours. Again, nice and simple. We might need to add a little black, but we'll see. So, come on camera. There we go. We've got mauve, Delft blue and manganese violet. Beautiful, beautiful colours. So I'm going to start with the manganese violet. Oh, the camera's not playing today. Manganese violet. And I'm going to colour that in. and I need my piece of paper. We're just going to put that all over. I hope you don't mind another longer video, but I've got so many ideas and things that I want to get out to you that I don't want to put it in 2 parts. Plus the fact we have such a short window for doing Christmas videos that I'm going to move on. Okay, so we're going to take our darkest now, which is the mauve. There we go. And where has he got it? So his is deepest down here. That's a beautiful rich colour, isn't it? It's kind of bluey, but that's fine. And he comes round into the little nose of the comma here. We're going to make that dark. I'll bring that darkness up a bit further. Okay, where else has he got it? All the way along here. There we go, and then we're going to switch to the Delft blue, which is a gorgeous bluey red. So that should work in contrast together. I'm going to leave that centre for our, what colour was it? Manganese Violet. I'll come round the edge of that. Okay, and we're going to go back in. So with our darkest, and I will put some black in that dark area, for sure. Not for Jim Shaw, but for sure. God, that was really bad. That was a really bad joke. Okay, and back in with our violet. Okay. Right, I'm going to take that black again. Well, I would. Where have I put it? Oh my goodness. Where did I put it? Oh, over there. There we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of black, because I kind of lost that darkness. So we're going to go in with a little bit of black here, and wherever it's supposed to be deepest, that's where we'll put the black. Okay. And we'll go back in with our darkest colour, which is mauve, and go over that black. Now I know a lot of people disagree with putting black down, but I really like the contrast that it gives you. Okay, now I'm going to go in with our lightest colour, which was the violet. Yeah. I've gone out of the line there. So tidy that up a bit. And then just to lift that contrast even further, I'm going to take the Prisma White. Yes, this is a Prisma White. And it does need to be put on an extender, I know. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white in there to lighten up that violet area. And then just going back in with violet, getting up to those edges because my eyesight. Okay, now what has he got in the centre? He's got that very, hang on, It's got the very deep colours. So I'm going to put black in there. This will also stop it just being lost in the purple. And then our darkest colour, and go over that. There we go. So a little bit of white Prisma, and I use white Prisma because I like it best. Really lifts that. There we go. What do you think? I like it. So that's that. Then we've got reds. So let me move my purple combo out of the way. And we've got 3 reds for this little cherry here. Or what might you want to berry? I think. Okay, 3 reds. We've got dark red, alizarin crimson, and pale geranium lake. A beautiful combination. Excuse me while I have a drink. I'm going in with pale geranium, and I'm going to colour all that in. Try and get to those edges. Okay, then we're going with our darkest, which is the dark red. And we're going to do around the edge. Bring that up. Then we're going to come in with Alizarin crimson. Gosh, I can't speak. Alizarin crimson, even. Bring that in. Gone over there. And then our palest colour, which is the pale geranium lake. There we go, and then just fill it up. So back to our dark. Medium. And then our light. Okay, I'm going to go back in with the dark. And again, I might just put, that's really bugging me, I'm going to have to erase that, sorry. No, sorry, there's a little dollop of red and it was annoying me. I might just put a little ring of black just around the bottom, just to really deepen that red there. And then go in with our darkest colour, go back over that. See, I think black really works, and I enjoy using it because I love the contrast that that gives. And you can use other colours, obviously, like I said, the opposite on the colour wheel of red, which is what? Green, if you want deeper colour. But I really enjoy using the black, it's simple, blends out well if you just use enough of it. There we go, there's our red combo. Okay, back to our green. So that's the same combination we used for the Christmas tree is what I'm going to use for the holly leaf. Okay, so we've got from lightest to darkest. I'm just ordering them for you. Here. Okay, there we go. Chrome Oxide Green, then that's Juniper Green, May Green, and Cadmium Yellow Lemon. Okay, so I'm going to put the Cadmium Yellow Lemon over everything bar the little centre bars, or the veins. And then I think all that's left to show you is the presents, and yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, right, so that's the cadmium yellow green. Now we're going to go in with our darkest, which is chrome oxide green, one of my favourite colours. Because I'm funny about greens, but this is a beautiful one. So I'm going to go around the edge and just lightly frill that out so that we can blend into it. Get that nice dark edge. Alright, and bring that down a little bit around here, just a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to go in with the Juniper Green. You have to block everything else out so that the camera then can focus. Come on. There you go, Juniper Green. And we're going to put that in. We're going to come up here. Again, I think I'll use some black to deepen that outside edge. This side's not so dark, so in with the Juniper Green. Bring that up a bit. Bring that up into there. Okay. Then we've got May Green. There we are. And we're going to go over that and bring the May Green out. Then I will use that, same as we did for the tree, I will use the cadmium lemon yellow to blend through. And those centre veins are very dark. So when we go back over, oh sorry, I'm rushing and pressing too hard. And actually you don't want to do that because polychromos don't like being rushed. They like to be able to take their time. Alright, so let's go back in with our dark, which is here on this edge. Just fluff that out. A little bit around the bottom. Yeah. Okay, back in with the Juniper Green. I'm literally just following the picture. That edge. Then we've got May Green. Okay. We're getting there now, folks. Okay. I'm going to take the cadmium lemon yellow and just go over that because it will lift it. It'll really help to blend it all through. Again, sorry. Oh dear me. Right, now in that centre is very dark, so I'm going to put black around the edge here. because that's really dark. A little bit down there. And the veins are really dark too, so I'm going in with black, and we'll go over again like we did before with our deepest colour. And then work that over the top. Okay, take our darkest colour, go back over. Just fluffing it out, and then over the centre lines, all the veins. Okay, and I'm going to take May Green, and I'm just going to blend that through, up those centre bits. Alright, and we've got, it needs a bit more blending, like I say. I shall faff off camera just to smarten it up a bit, because obviously the blending on that is not fantastic, but I'll just work at it off camera, otherwise you're going to be sitting here forever. Okay, so that's our greens. Right, what have we got to focus on now? Pinks. No, we've done pinks. All that's left really to show you is on the Christmas tree. We've got the presents. I'm going to have to tilt you, come with me. There we go. Here's the presents. So this present is pink, purple, red, and the tealy colour. Okay, so let's do the tealy colour. We'll do this little tiny present down here, and you're literally just going to follow again the picture. So here's our darkest point here, and he's got it round here, so literally around where the ribbon goes. And then our medium colour, and then in with our palest colour. Just checking you can see. Okay, then we go back again. Really deepen that dark one up. There we are. Back in with our medium one. And then the palest one. And if you really want that dark around that ribbon, you could put black, but in this case I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay. So we've got a little turquoise present. We now need our little pink present, which is this one. And he's got it very dark under his. I'm just using the same combination we used up there. Really dark there. And I'm going to put a little bit dark in here. And bring that down. Okay, our next colour is fuchsia, which is lovely and bright. take that over. And then we've got medium flash. And then I'm just going to leave that tiny little space for our rose beige. I'll bring that down. So that's that side. We'll go back over. Gone over my little bow there. There we go. Fuchsia, medium flash, and the rose beige. No, beige red. Rosy beige is Prismas. Okay, so that's that side. That, if I can get right up to that ribbon, I'll be happy. There we go. You can put black in there too, because it is actually really dark. So I might just on that little edge. And around there. And we'll go back in with our darkest colour and blend that out. There we go. Alright. A little bit. There. Okay. Now the other side. So we need our darkest colour obviously on this edge. Just checking the camera's behaving because it feels like I've been filming for a while. Okay. On that edge. Then in with our fuchsia. Then in with our medium flash, and then our beige red, and then we'll go back over the whole thing again. I'm going to bring that down a little bit further. Okay. Tiny bit of black, tiny bit of black this side here. There we go. And then back over with the darkest of the colours. Blend that in. Okay, one little Christmas parcel. That's the wrong colour I wanted there, light one. There we go. And we can always, if I can find it, where did I put that? Gosh, I'm so disorganised. Hang on, there. So stubby and little. My little bit of Prisma white. Sorry for knocking the camera. And I'm just going to play with that shine a little bit. There we go. And get back in with the pale colour. There we go. So that's how we're going to do that, just by following the same thing. We've got the teal present. So I think I've given you the combinations of everything you're going to need. That's a red present with a pink bow. This has got a red bow, and this has got a yellow bow. Well, we're going to use green golds. Should we do that? Let's do, there's a little yellow bauble. Let's do that here. That's a yellow bauble. So I'm going to use, same as we did on the plate, light yellow ochre, and I'm going to use green gold. Okay, so I'm going to go round with our lightest colour there, and then in with the green gold. I apologise, I'm sorry folks, just because I'm rushing. Don't hate me for breaking tips. Okay, we'll take a little bit of white, make sure it's clean, and drop that there, and back in with the green gold, just deepen that edge. There we go. Now I might take, looking at that, I might take like a browny red. So let's take a little bit of, what's this one? Burnt sienna. I'm just going to sharpen it. So taking a little bit of, come on, burnt sienna, and I'm going to go around that bottom edge. Just to gold it up a little bit more. And then that'll be our combo for the any yellows you see, or golds that you see on the page. Alright. There you go. And I'm fiddling and faffing, I know. Alright, there we go. So if I come out and look at what we've done, there we are. So you've got every combination you need now to have a go at this yourself. So what I'm going to do is go off and finish the picture, and then we will come back and put some little embellishments on and do the star, which I'm probably going to do in this combo. In fact, I am going to do it in that combo. So we'll meet back up, we'll put some white on here like Jim's got, and do the star together. Alright, I'll see you in a second folks. Okay folks, finally she says, it's done. It's taken a long time because of the layering and blending and things, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I hope you like it as well. So the final thing for us to concentrate on is we've got to put the stars here that Jim's got in, and this star, which I am going to do in the colours we used before. Let's come in and have a look. It's quite tiny, so I'll zoom in. What I'm going to do is follow the lines. Oh, hang on a minute. These ones, with a little bit of the burnt sienna that we used before. So just the same colours as we've used. These inside lines. So we're going to go from darkest into lightest at the centre. And I might have to put a bit of gel pen on it. Then we're going to go in with the green gold. I mean, Jim's star's very pale, but I haven't been very compliant with following. I've followed the colour palette, but mine's a lot brighter. Because, like I've said, I'm really enjoying using bright colours all of a sudden, and I think that comes with confidence in your colouring, you know. Okay, and then we're going to go in with our gorgeous light yellow ochre and fill that in. Then I'm going to probably put a little bit of gel pen over it. I'm going to take a little bit of white Prisma, make sure it's clean. A little bit of white Prisma and just lighten up that yellow ochre down the edges there. Will help to smush all that in. There we go. Then I'm going to use the burnt sienna again. And just push that out a little bit further. That little blend. There we go. Back in with the green gold. This will hopefully help to give it a little bit of dimension. There. Alright. Then, white gel pen. So I've got two. I've got both the jelly rolls. They're both normal, not glazed, just white jelly rolls. One's a 0.8 and one's a 1. So, for the star I'm going to use the 0.8. And I'm just going to go around the edge of the star. And I like the fact that, it seems to me anyway, in my opinion, that gel pens seem to work better over oil-based pencils than they do the waxed. And jelly roll, and then if it gets stuck I just wipe it on my hand. And jelly roll, just lovely pens. Lovely pens. Now the question is, folks, to stickerize or not to stickerize? That's the question. Okay, so here, if we move over a little bit, I'm going to use the 1, whatever that is, size of jelly roll, and we're going to put in the stars. So over this side we've got quite a big one here. They work so beautifully, these thicker nibbed ones. We've got a little one there, another little one there, and a little bit more there. Bigger one there, little one there. Very technical. One there, and one over here, and one there. I mean, you could go on and put more in yourself, but I'm just going to dot a few in. But that's it. I'm going to leave it. Let's come out. Okay, so now, do I stickle? I think I might put some diamond stickles, my usual favourite. Diamond stickles just on the star, and then I'll go back round that gel pen to tidy that up when it's dry. Just squeezed a blob on, and then I'm going to spread it out, and then, like I say, I'll put the gel pen back on. I don't want to overdo it on this one, but I think a little bit on the popcorn, just because, and maybe just a little bit on the presents. So let me see. Yeah, we'll have some white gel pen on that little parcel here. So on a little parcel I'm just going to put some little, see, I'll use the bigger nibbed one, and it just seems to work so much better. Look at that. Dottage and some stickles on this ribbon because it deserves it. It's Christmas. What I love diamonds, you can really see it on this red, is how it just goes with any colour that you put underneath it and really kind of shows that colour up and looks different on different colours that you put it down on. So I'm putting it over that gold effect and it looks gold. Love it. Okay. let's see, so we've got a little bit of shimmer and shine. I don't want too much because Jim's doesn't have it, but if we come out there and I move all my gubbins to one side, and then if I can, I can't, but there's our image. A little bit of shimmer and shine, just a little bit, and then there's Jim's image. I think we've worked a miracle. To be fair, I am really, really pleased with how it's come out. I love this book. So, I won't keep you any further, my beautiful friends. I will be back shortly with another video, and we'll have some fun with that too. I've got lots of ideas for Christmas and lots of ideas moving forward. So, I'll let you go. So until we meet again very, very soon, please take really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.